37, 38 years old, and I got diagnosed with endometriosis, and then I ended up collapsing at work because then I worked in the Norfolk Norwich Hospital, and 2 weeks later I had a total hysterectomy and 5 months off work. But then they put me on HRT, which that was nice until they took me off it 10 years later. So basically, I went from not knowing much about menopause to all of a sudden being thrown right in the middle of it.
It's not just menopause. I mean, there's perimenopause, there's the menstrual cycle, there's all these different things that are not really discussed. I mean, why do you think that is? Is it not just a performance related? Is it just a discomfort in doing that, or just being open? I mean, what do you think has caused that?
I've come from a very male-dominated, industry, and you're trying to match the males and this, so you can't be seen to be, below par in any way. So you'll just mask it. You'll try and kind of knuckle down and crack on. It's okay. I'm just having a bad day. So anything less than that is just seen as a weakness.
I didn't speak to anyone. It was my problem. I was just putting up with it.
I mean, that's actually heartbreaking, really, isn't it?
Some of the menopause symptoms can be kind of perceived as performance issues.
Yep.
So things like forgetfulness, that brain fog, kind of tiredness, that sort of feeling of being overwhelmed can be associated with poor performance. So I think there's sometimes a nervousness about talking about that.
I think also it's sometimes misdiagnosed, isn't it? The doctors will say, "Oh, you're depressed, you've got chronic fatigue," or something like that. So women can go on another year without having the correct medication that they need.
I kept masking it as best I could, but I suffered in silence because I didn't really have anyone to talk to.
I mean, for me, just having someone to confide in and have a conversation has always helped me with mental health problems and challenges. Is that something, do you think, that is a first step as well, that just having a network to talk to?
100%. Sort of got direct experience of that, having sort of groups at work of women that have got together.
Yeah.
And that was definitely a light bulb moment for me. It was like, so even women aren't educated necessarily. So we're not just talking about educating men.
Yeah.
It's about educating women of all ages as well.
Quite a lot of people feel quite introvert and aren't prepared to go and physically be at these meetings, but there's obviously groups and support networks online, and you can even join anonymously if you want. It doesn't, but definitely do something. Don't keep it into yourself.
And I think once you've started talking about it, that then enables you to start thinking about more practical steps that you can do to help women, whether that's flexible hours or thinking about the way kind of promotion works in an organisation to sort of account for those scenarios, just as you would with sort of neurodiversity or mental health issues as well.